Right, let's have a look at the TARDIS control room. Let's take the stuff out. Oh yes, look at that. I love that so much. Well now, how cool is this? One of the very finest seasons of Doctor Who of all time. Doctor Who The Collection Season 13 is finally here, and it's just absolutely loaded with extra stuff, as we've come to expect from this fine BBC Studios series. So I'm going to unbox this, I'm going to show you everything inside, and then we'll have a little chat about it down in comments. Let's have a quick look at the front cover, which is very nice indeed. Always absolutely lovely work from the binding. Let's have our traditional look at the monsters here. There's so many great monsters in this series that there are 7 of them on this cover. Look at that. We have Sutekh up there, very nice, the old antimatter beast. And of course, with Pyramids of Mars, you can't just have Sutekh, you have to have the mummy as well. And we have Morbius from the brain of Morbius. We have a Kral. Who else have we got there? Oh yes, of course, a crinoid. Got to have a crinoid. You know, when I was growing up, I always thought that was pronounced crinoid because I hadn't actually seen the serial. There's also, of course, a Zygon there. It's a bit of a shame that his face is bisected by this thing, but of course we're going to take this out of here. Now let's have a quick look at all the blurb on the back. Of course we have 6 new episodes of Behind the Sofa, the goggle box type thing. Lots of new documentaries, including a season overview and a profile of Ian Marter, who plays Harry Sullivan, of course. And there's extra stuff. There's like Tales of the TARDIS. We've got the 2024 version of Pyramids of Mars, re-edited by Benjamin Cook with updated effects. And of course it's got Ncuti Gatwa and Millie Gibson in it as well. Yeah, I think that was a really good version of it. I like that. It's great to have the choice. Just like with the special effects, it's great to have the choice, isn't it? Yeah. And then there's omnibus editions, cut down movie versions of Pyramids of Mars, Brain of Morbius and The Seeds of Doom. How absolutely delightful. And then there's new audio commentaries with Tom Baker on certain episodes. How lovely. Right, let's get inside this. Wah, wah. There it is, cellophane magically vanished. Okay, so what's on the back of this, I wonder? Let's find out. Wow, I can't believe season 13 is finally here in my hands. Oh, that's nice. From the Planet of Evil, the Doctor and Sarah Jane Smith in the Jungle Planet. Isn't it so cool that BBC Studio had the balls to double for a jungle planet? Love that. Yes, right. Now, what have we got in here then? Chesterfield? Right. Oh, let's have a look at the front of this this pouch. A bit of Pyramids of Mars sarcophagus action there. Very nice. And let's immediately open this up. No, let's not. Ha ha ha. Because as you know, if you're a long-time viewer, I like to keep you waiting a bit for this. So let's have a look at the Blu-rays. Actually, before we have a look at these labels, I'd just like to quickly mention that I am recording this in a house in London where I've been temporarily staying while having radiotherapy for cancer. A lot of people got together on GoFundMe to help make that treatment and this accommodation possible. Thank you so much if that was you. Thank you so much. Amazing. I also incurred quite a bit of debt while getting all of the money together for the treatment. If you'd like to help me chip away at that a little bit as I kind of recover from the treatment itself, then the GoFundMe link will be downstairs in the video description and I'll be incredibly grateful. What have we got here then? We've got the Doctor, Sarah and Harry here on Terror of the Zygons. A really scary story, isn't it, Terror of the Zygons? Great cliffhangers. That zoom into a Zygon's face is quite something in one of those cliffhangers. And I like the way they can pretend to be humans. That's not a bad picture. Is it time for my customary moan about there not being enough monsters on disc labels? Yes, it might be. Although here is a mummy, and also another type of mummy in Elizabeth Sladen. Oh, actually, I like this image. I love this image. This doesn't get spoken about much, does it? Like just a random sort of demonic face that appears in the TARDIS. It's a really scary face, and it's weird that it isn't Sutekh's face. Yeah, it's just a, why didn't they put Sutekh's actual face there? I don't know, maybe because they didn't want to give it away too early, but yeah, it's just a really nice detail. Some more Pyramids of Mars action here, love that. Marcus Scarman and the Doctor back to back. Oh, let's spin this around. The Android Invasion. You know, it's been a long time since I saw this. Yeah, I haven't seen that for a while. But I will now. Brain of Morbius. Now, it's nice that the monsters are in here, even if not necessarily very prominently. So, you know, we're moving in the right direction. The monsters are making a comeback here. Yes. And here, lastly, we have a nice prominent crinoid in humanoid form. I love how the crinoids have different forms, don't you? They're like humanoid or enormous kind of bulk. There's just so many. They're a bit like the axons in that way, aren't they? Very much like the axons. They're kind of adaptable. Yeah. It's always good for a scary thing to appear in different ways, so an audience never has a chance to get used to them. That's why John Carpenter's The Thing is so great, because we never see the Thing in the same way twice. And of course, this took its cues, I think, from either the original Thing movie, the black and white one, or I guess the short story, Who Goes There, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember precisely. But that's a very nice selection of very nicely designed labels, actually. Some really nice colour, really nice pictures in those. Yeah, I actually think this is the best set of disc labels. I'm not sure how many people care about these. I do. I care about every aspect of this package. But I think it's the best set of disc labels I've seen in a while. Yeah. Okay, so finally we are going into here. Are you ready? Will I put an advert here? Will I be that evil? Let's see. I love that pop, that click when we open them up. Right, let's have a look at the TARDIS control room. Let's take the stuff out. Put it here. So, oh yes, look at that. That face is above the console. I love that so much. I love that. The evil face of Sutekh. Is it the face of Sutekh? I mean, actually, what is that? That particular face there looks like a different face. It's like a hybrid of Sutekh's actual mask and the sort of the creature that appears in the actual episode. So that's an interesting one. Love that. That's so cool. It's nice to have a creepy image. You don't really expect that, do you? Inside this TARDIS control room. Love it. Right. Oh, I almost neglected this image. A bit more jungle action here. Lovely. Yeah. Love that. Loving those Zeta Minor apples. Or is it Zeta Major? I think it's Zeta Minor. Yeah. These booklets are always a joy, aren't they? Always full of stuff. I still haven't read any of them. I think I confessed that last time, didn't I? It's such a shame. I think it's one of those things where you kind of think, that'll be perfect for a rainy day. And then a rainy day comes and you forget all about it. But I think, to be honest, cancer has taught me a few things. And one of those is, don't put off till rainy days, things you can do right now. Yeah. Okay. Behind the Sofa. Welcome to season 13. Yeah, I mean, what a scary season this is. I mean, this is the proper Doctor Who in its gothic phase, isn't it? Lovely picture here of Tom and Liz. Terror of the Zygons. The Unit Family Part 3 is the first thing I see here. Third in a series documentaries looking back at the Unit team. Making of documentary. I'm kind of, because I'm looking at this at a slightly difficult angle. I'm trying to get a bit more light on here for you. But I'll read a few things. There's a new 2025 audio commentary with Tom Baker on both versions of Part 1 plus Parts 2 and 4. Oh, this one has replacement special effects or updated special effects. I didn't quite realise that. Replacement shots in Parts 2 and 4. Now, could any of those shots be anything to do with the Loch Ness Monster by any chance? I wonder. I suspect so. Who's on Behind the Sofa in this set? Colin Baker, Maureen O'Brien, Katie Manning, Sarah Sutton, Janet Fielding, Sophie Aldred. That's a nice selection. Only one Doctor? Well, that's okay. Oh no, is there more? Oh, sorry, there's more people. Sophie Aldred with actress, author and Liz Sladen's daughter, Sadie Miller, and actor, the collection presenter, Toby Haydock. That's nice to see Toby in there. As always, I really wish there was like some kind of icon thing to just tell us very easily what's new and what's on the DVDs. I think it's probably too late in the series for them to do that now, I suppose. I guess the argument would be it makes the booklets inconsistent, but for me, ease of use and handiness, for want of a better word, trump consistency across the range every time. Okay, so there's lots of other stuff. Oh my god, there's lots of other stuff. Whoa, look at that. Look at those Zygons. God, I love those Zygons. I thought the new series Zygons were pretty good. I like the way they were kind of a bit more scary in a way, with those kind of really sharp gnashers. That was good. They're pretty faithful Zygons, yeah. Nice pictures. Nice Zygon there. That's Broton, isn't it? Yeah, can you see that? I haven't got my usual lighting set up, I hope you know. So it's not ideal. But, you know, I'm in a different house. I don't have my big lights that I normally project onto myself and onto the box set. But, you know, I'm making do. That is the theme of my summer. Making do and getting on with it. Yeah. Planet of Evil. Now, you can see here, there is a dearth of extras here. Look at that. Like Terror of the Zygons. It was 3 columns of it. This one, poor old Planet of Evil, has a making of documentary, a look at the production of this story from the actors' perspectives, an interview with Philip Hinchcliffe. Oh, that's good. Oh, Philip Hinchcliffe is taken back to the locations of season 13 to reminisce and meet old friends. That's not specific to Planet of Evil, though, is it? It's a shame in these sets. There's always, I guess there has to be at least one serial that gets a bit, especially when it's surrounded by lots of other mega serials. There's always one serial, or probably 2 in this case. I bet Android Invasion doesn't have much. All the resources go into the other big hitters, so to speak. And I can understand why. And actually, I haven't seen Planet of Evil in quite a while. I remember it's pretty scary. That's a nice illustration there. Love that. Oh, here we go. Pyramids of Mars across 2 discs. Wow. So there's a making of documentary. Is that new? It can't be new. No. This one, at least the audio commentaries, it does say new 2025 audio commentary. Dr. Ware, a Doctor Who pastiche. Okay, good to have, I'm sure. Yes, on disc 4 we have the Pyramids of Mars Omnibus, an HD recreation of the 60-minute repeat compilation screened in '76. Oh, that's cool to have. And then we have the Tales of the TARDIS version. We have Tom Talks, his views on life, the universe and everything. Wow. Yeah, a Panopticon event interview, I guess, like a filmed Panopticon event. That's a lot of stuff there. This making of documentary on pyramids, that can't be new, can it? I don't think it is. You see, I must admit, my favourite content is kind of making of stuff. Yeah. I have to confess, I would happily give up behind the sofa, you know, for new, updated, mega making of content. Would you? Am I alone in that? I mean, don't get me wrong, I like behind the sofa. Ideally, I'd have it all. But if I had to choose, behind the sofa would be punted behind the sofa. Yeah. Updated special effects. Now, there's been so many iterations of pyramids now that I don't know if this is new to this set or whether we've seen these updated special effects. I feel like we have seen the updated special effects already, right? Are they the updated special effects that we used in Tales of the TARDIS? I'm not sure. Oh, hello. Hello there. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm loving that. Yeah. There we go. Now, Quals are great. And they're partly great. I mean, that is a really good design. I mean, look at that for a good use of clay. But I remember the Quals from the Weetabix, you know, the Weetabix packet games and cards, and just absolutely marvellous stuff. So let's see how much. I was moaning in advance as to how many extras this is going to get. But let's actually see. It's got a new audio commentary with Tom Baker on parts 1 to 4. That's good. Ian Marter tribute. Yes, this must be an old one. I'm assuming. Yes, it must be. Barry Letts looks back at his Doctor Who directing work from The Enemy of the World to The Android Invasion. Oh, a Weetabix advert. Oh yeah, I'm straight in here for that. Okay, I take it back. I take it back. We may not have a lot of quality. We may not have a lot of quantity here, but what we do have is quality in the shape of a Weetabix advert. And that's actually not me being sarcastic. That's I'm really enthusiastic about this. Yeah, I am game for that. The Generation game with a Cyberman featured in it. That's really cool. That's so wonderfully Saturday night, isn't it? Oh, hello. It's the Sarah Jane bot in action. And what's going on here? Yeah, the Doctor being tied to some kind of disc. Yeah, unwieldy. That's never going to hold him. That's never going to hold him. Lovely little picture here of Tom doing some autographs for kids. Right, the brain of Morbius. Now, actually, not many. The list of extras is not very long here, but again, it is the quality. So there's a making of documentary here, and I can't remember whether that's new or not. Can you just put me out of my misery, people who remember this stuff better than me, and just let me know if there are any if there's any new making of content in this set, as far as you know. That would really, I'd love to hear about that. There's the Brain of Morbius Omnibus, a Philip Maddock featurette, a design featurette, infotext. I always like to mention infotext because I feel like it gets really overlooked. But infotext is just really good fun because it's a sort of an inobtrusive way to have a different look at one of your favourite stories. If you know it really well, you can kind of put the infotext at the bottom, and it's not going to spoil you or anything like that. It just gives you an extra bits of, well, info. Yes. DVD Easter eggs. Yeah, I mean, I must admit, I feel like there could be a bit more. But then again, I do realise that elsewhere on this set, there are other discs that will feature Morbius stuff. Especially there's a documentary that overviews the whole season. So, you know, I am having a bit of a moan just based on how much stuff is here, but I also do understand, when I remind myself, that there's also overview stuff that will cover these stories. And look at that for a gift horse. Do not look that gift horse in the mouth. No, various regenerations there. Marvellous. Oh, and of course we have the Seeds of Doom. For some reason I thought that was it. No. Wow. Ken Dodd's Seaside Special. My eyes went straight to that. Very good. Tom Baker appears on that from '76. Graham Harper featurette. Yeah, he was production assistant and production unit manager, I guess, on this, as it says here. An interview with the composer, Jeffrey Burgon. Cracker Jack, 2 Doctor Who sketches. Oh, there's the trailer for the season 14 collection. Now that's interesting. Yeah, but is anyone really going to... Well, I suppose actually, yeah, I was just going to say, is anyone really going to watch these in order? But of course they will, because when all of the Blu-rays are out, someone will be able to do the traditional watching all of Doctor Who from start to finish using these collection sets, won't they? Yeah. So, yeah, Graham Harper. Actually, these are 2 discs. 2 discs of Seeds of Doom. Why is that? Oh, I see. The brand new 90-minute movie compilation of Seeds of Doom. Now that will be interesting. Yeah. I was hoping we'd have a nice Seeds of Doom illustration. Well, I guess it isn't an illustration, is it? But it's a piece of art, basically. Let's just call it that. And it looks lovely. It looks absolutely delightful. Yeah, I've always loved this this version of the Crinoid. Very much so. Nice kind of candid behind-the-scenes shot of Elizabeth Sladen there. A humanoid, scary Crinoid. Yeah, and a pretty ordinary picture of the TARDIS. What is our final image on the back? A few kind of publicity shots, I suppose, or whatever they are. I'm not even sure what kind of shots you call those. I guess promo shots or something like that. We now have season 13 in our clutches. Isn't that marvellous? There we go. There we go. I'm very happy with that, and I'm looking forward to... It's actually been a satisfyingly long time since I watched most of these stories, apart from Pyramids, obviously. You have to watch that at least once a year. And so I'm really looking forward to watching these and losing myself in the extras. Around the screen I will scatter other videos you might want to carry on watching, including all of my collection unboxing videos. And also on the screen you'll see a list of my amazing Patreon supporters. If you'd like to join my patrons, and that would be particularly appreciated at the moment, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Until then, don't forget to embrace your obsession.